Okay, so it is I think it's still August 16th, 2024. The way I've been just so sleepy and feeling like every day it be the a different kind of ready to doze off for real. Usually once I'm up, I'm up, but these days I don't know. So I don't know what that is, but the blood applied to my life, my whole being, my whole essence, because I don't know. I mean, it feels amazing because I don't mind feeling sleepy and dozing off and getting some rest, but I don't know what it is. Every day, like for the past probably week or so, maybe more, but probably the week. When I wake up, I still be tired. Well, after about an hour, I start to feel like, well, after about 2 hours, I start to feel like, okay, it's doze off time again. That's when I go to setting the sleep timer to make sure that the TV cut off. Then something earlier, I had one of them dream experiences where it's like, seemed like something sexual was going on. There's these YouTubers, it was a female, and it was like she kissed me. She was able to kiss me, and then it was some of that sexual type stuff taking place, and I just tried to hurry up and wake myself up out of it, and I did, but I didn't wake myself up before she kissed me. But when the other stuff tried to start going on, I was like, mm-mm. So, yeah, I'm just throwing that in there, but mainly this was about me feeling like I gotta doze off a lot lately. I just pay attention to my patterns. I be feeling like almost narcoleptic at this point. And I don't want to be ignorant in saying that, and in mine, it's not mine, but this is not that serious. But I literally be feeling like, yeah. And then I'll doze. Sometimes I will doze off for like 30 minutes to an hour, then I'm back up. Because I'm back up like, oh, it's not time for you to go to sleep. So, but I did get up. I got me some fruit out. I'm definitely going to be eating on my fruit. But I did eat me 2 little chicken fingers. My sons wanted some chicken fingers. And, did those. But I'm not big on that fried processed food like that. Like, I can't eat it like that anymore. I can eat processed food, but not, it's the fried and processed. I can't. um, and even French fries and stuff fried at home in the grease, like, it's tough for me to do that. So, but right now I'm just chilling out, feeling even the slightest bit discouraged. I'm definitely, peace is here. Peace pretty much abounds, and I'm thankful for that. But I feel like I can't help but to feel discouraged about something that tried to occur within this day. Of course, always thinking about my daughter. Even heard somebody already with my daughter's name. So of course, but when I opened my eyes today, I just went on and prayed over my child, because it's like, I don't want nothing to come near her, attacking her, bothering her, because thank God it was a failed attempt, but it was still an attack from the enemy on her life, and on her. So, this was as soon as I opened my eyes. And so shortly after that, about an hour later, I heard somebody had the same name as her. And I'm like, okay, this name is that common? For real, for real? And it's so funny because when I picked out the name, I really got the name from somebody else. And back then, that name was not that common. It was just a short, I mean, now, of course, 16, almost 17 years ago, but that name didn't seem that common. But now it seems like, what the heck? Outrage after 15-year-old boy gets 60 years for attempted murder on Prince George's, who? Who is Prince George? School bus. Oh. Prince George's school bus. What's going on there? I have to check it out in a little while. But dang, so yeah, the people are outraged because he got 60 years for just an attempt. Oh wow, this is, man. So yeah, basically yeah, the dozing off and stuff. Then the other thing, I noticed something. Well, somebody else had already pointed it out, but I'm like, are you serious? Like, everything is so strategic, and so like you really gotta pay attention to the details and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's my fan going, which that air feels good, so I'm not even gonna turn it off. But yeah, everything is so freaking strategic, and just from almost a decade, 2 decades ago, and of course more. It's like stuff been being planted and shown. I really was naive to it then. I didn't realize that we gotta pay attention to the details like that. And although I'm a detail oriented person these days, I still be missing some stuff, some key stuff. Like something that came out recently, I would have never thought to like look at that and pay attention to that and make something out of it. But once they break it down, it's like, oh my goodness, they broke it down, and lo and behold, it was right there in front of people's faces the whole time. And so when I look at that, then I look back at my situation, like, yeah, I'll just be like, ninjas be ninja, just know that. And I look at my quote unquote situations, uh, and I try to see the patterns and stuff, in which I did notice one, and I'll just be specific about this one. But I remember when dude I was last involved with had told me, he was like, you better put up a no trespassing sign and this, that, and third. And that's when I started to put it up. That was around 2018, maybe even 2017 before. And then lo and behold, the incident, well, it wasn't even an incident, but what occurred in 2020, I see, at the household, I guess, that he was at or whatever, I see a no trespassing sign. I'm like, so y'all just go to anybody's household and just, which it makes sense, because you're you, regardless of whatever environment you go in, you should be anyway. So if you say it here, then, chances are you're going to say it and be that same person there. It makes sense, but it was just like, it's just so, it's like, you could tell that person been at this place and now is at this place. And it's like to me, it's like in a sense, it's like a branding or whatever, like you branding a person, or you leaving your brand or your trademark or whatever wherever you go. So I don't know, I just thought about that. But yeah, pay attention to them details. And it just kind of bothers and boggles me a little bit, because I'm like, man, who got the time in a day to be sitting there doing that, just to try to figure out, are you playing them, or are you, what type of person you are? Are you a con artist? Are you a scammer? Are you this, or what? You know what I'm saying? What's really going on? But yeah. But anyway, hopefully me taking my the vinegar and cayenne and all that again will help me to shed some pounds. I've been taking it like faithfully for like three days. When I first started taking it, I used to take it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. But I'm just doing one at least. If I can just take it that one time and right before I go to sleep, then I'll be good to go. Because by the time I wake up, I don't be feeling so hungry, and I like that for me. I don't be feeling like starved or anything. I barely feel hungry, but I definitely don't feel starved. So that'd be the good thing. And that's from eating the night before. And I can literally just eat my fruit throughout the day. Eat one time a day. Whatever I eat, whatever it is, I eat whatever I want, but eat one time a day. And the portion size, shoot, even with me taking this, like I tried to eat more than one piece of pork chop last night, and these were the small ones. These are not even a big piece of pork chop. And baby, when I tell you I got full off of just the first one and just the macaroni, whereas last week when I wasn't taking this, I wanted like 2 pieces of pork chop. Shoot, I really wanted to cook 3, but I did 2 big pieces of pork chop, like almost center cut or something like that. But I know they were definitely thicker cut and they were bigger, and those were fried and everything. And I didn't really feel hungry after the 2, but it was like, man. But yeah, but it took me a while to eat the 2 pieces of pork chops that I got yesterday, and I'm talking about they were only like the size of the palm of your hand, minus your fingers. So yeah, so I'm on that, but just having to pay attention to strategic stuff. I'm definitely trying to keep myself calm, because again, I just got so much to be grateful for when it comes to God. I want to say yes, God spared the life of my child, or of my daughter, but I also want to say because it wasn't His will that would occurred. It's like, I mean, He definitely did more than His big one, but it's like, it was more of a thing of like the enemy trying to play with me and trying to, but trying to really make a real attempt. And I'm like, oh no, 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 no. So again, that's to me that helps me to stay focused and just be like, I'm not playing with nothing. I'm not dabbling. I mean, I wasn't planning on dabbling in anything anyway, so to speak. My thing about me, I just want to be careful, because sometimes I just feel like, dang, I can't do anything. I can't do nothing. That's how I be feeling. That does not mean that that's what it is. But in order for me to maintain righteousness and be a righteous person, it's like, no, I can't risk anything. I can't risk anything at all. I have young people depending on me, relying on me, and that's good. The good thing about it is I rely on God. I rely on the biggest God. So the biggest, the only, the true and living God. I don't want to say it like there's more, because there are no other ones. There are no other gods. Let me just leave it at that. But yeah, I mean, I know the false gods and stuff like that, as far as I guess, like, could have been in the form of certain people or deities or whatever. I don't do too much research. I've been seeing some stuff coming up, but because me personally, I just feel like once I've had my experience with the true and living God, what do I even need to go searching for or looking for anything else? This is it for me. But not even this. He is it for me. Like, I'm not reducing God to this, or you know. But anyway, not to go too deep on that, because I have a hard time speaking about it. I have a harder time speaking about it than I do just living it out. Having my personal relationship with God. So I don't want to sound too weird or too sound like I'm trying to be too deep, because I'm not. I mean, it is deep, but I'm not trying to do all that with people. But yeah, paying attention to these details is really what matters. But it made me feel stressed out, because it's like, are you serious? We really gotta go like 2 decades back just to see something. Oh my goodness. And then you follow it all the way through. And then I'm telling you, what I am paying attention to, I'm paying attention. But some stuff is like, I'm not saying I'm trying to deliberately miss it, but I'm just not. I'm not into the social media following people's every moves and stuff like that. I see so many other people already doing that. So a lot of times when they gather the information, I'll go check some stuff out if I feel the need to look it up or whatever, or look at it or whatever. Check it out, should I say, not look it up. But I'm not into social media following people and stuff like that. My time has came and went. Even then, I wasn't really following people. I was kind of marching to the beat of my own drum. Like when MySpace came out, I was utilizing it and putting it together, and that's when I was in high school anyway, and I had learned how to do the you do the web page codes. So that's when I was savvy on that. And then of course Facebook came out shortly after, whatever. And so, to me that was my time. My time has came and went. I know Facebook still exists. I know MySpace doesn't really exist in the sense that it did back in the day. I never been the Twitter type person. Now I will research some stuff on Twitter because Twitter be having some other stuff that other sites don't be having, and definitely not Instagram. Like I'm just not for Instagram. Now have I been on Instagram and scrolled? Absolutely, but and could be scrolling for hours. But that's why I said I don't want to spend my time. That's why I backed away from that. I'm like, I don't want to spend my time because it really is already enough that I get on YouTube. Now I'm a YouTube fanatic for the most part because they have so many movies and stuff like that. But and then of course people's specific content for them, their specific unique content. So that's that. But that's about it. YouTube. I have my Facebook page from years ago that I'm not really active on. And emails all day. Because now I'm going paperless with most everything. But ooh-wee. Like I said, I'm just relaxing right now, especially with this fan just blowing right in my face, because I was feeling like for a while that I needed to know I'm about to doze off. I'm sleepy again. And now that I'm speaking it. But anyway. Oh man. I'm trying to think, did I have any dreams earlier? I think I did, but just can't really remember it. Like, I mean, it's fine. I like that I sleep so good that I could barely remember my dreams. I'm fine with it. Because I know that God be watching over me. The angels encamped about around me. And I know that just for the simple fact that he allowed me to wake up out of those sleeps when something feels like, that spiritual type stuff is trying to go on. I know he watching over me. There's times where I wake up basically like choking out of my sleep. I don't care. Hey, I be feeling like, hey, I woke up. I came up out of it. And I don't like to experience it, but, it is what it is. But, yeah, I just pray. One thing about it I just pray a special blessing and hedge of protection. I always pray for the hedge of protection over my daughter's life. I don't know exactly what it looked like, but I just thank God whatever hedge he had over her life regarding this car incident, whatever. And because I have been watching the news lately, and it didn't go the same, or it didn't go the same for a couple of kids and stuff that I've been seeing out, young people that I've been seeing out here. I'm talking about over the last month, definitely over this whole year, but over the last month, like four teenagers have passed on. And I'm just thankful that my child wasn't in that number. And again, granted, I'm adamant that I know that wasn't even supposed to take place. So that wasn't supposed to take place, let alone anything worse. But so yeah, it's got me on alert, like, and I won't say high alert, but I'm definitely on alert. And that's the thing, I love that for me, that I don't have to even say, oh, I'm on high alert regarding any. No, because God got me at a place where it's like, don't worry about him, don't, you know what I'm saying? You stay focused on me, you stay focused on what I have you doing, and what needs to be done, and just like I always say, God had, when I was the I'm stumbling over my words, the hostage situation that went on back in 2020, and I was concerned and dang near worried regarding my children, but felt so helpless, and God was like, I got your children, and I'm like, oof, baby, to parent alongside God, because he's the ultimate parent, because he's my father, he's my heavenly father, but to parent alongside God, it is just so different. To parent alongside him, and yes, I'm beneath him, I'm under him, so it's like under, and when I say under, I mean his protection, and like the Bible say, his wing of protection, and I'm not over him. it's him. If he got the first and the final say, it's so different. As much and as bad as I wanted to co-parent with, the quote unquote biological, I'm putting this in quotations for real, but the quote unquote biological supposed to be fathers of my children, because yeah, that was the other way, you know what I'm saying? Naturally, that's how they got here. It ain't nothing like parenting alongside God and with God, and allowing and having God in my parenting. I don't like to even call it a situation. Parenting experience that he gave me. He allowed for me to enjoy this. This is, it's such a blessing to me to be called mom, to be somebody's mom, because it just makes me feel like, oh Lord, you knew that I could be trusted with somebody's life, not let alone not one, not two, but three, and of course it definitely, I feel like it still should have been four, had they not moved on me. I keep saying moved on me. When I say moved on me, I'm speaking about God. But had they not, well, they really did try to be a movement regarding that. But had it not been for them coercing me and just basically trying to force me to have that abortion back in the day. But I'm thankful for the children I have. So, oh Lord. Thankful that my child reached out to me, and and I don't feel the saddest, but I guess I kind of felt a type of way because that happened 2 days prior, and then oh Lord, and she didn't reach out to me. I don't want her. I don't know how she felt about it, but I don't want her feeling like I can't reach out to my mom during these times. Oh no. Honey, I stand on the fact that I don't care for the other so-called supposed to be parent, but I'm there for my daughter. Period. I'm here for my daughter. But you know what I'm saying, if she would have called me and said, "Mom, I need you to call out," honey, as much as I don't even like leaving out of my personal space, oh, I'm on it. And again, I definitely don't want to be around him. But I would have been up there, just like I was there for my son when his leg was broken. I was at a when it happened, it wasn't, it was because he was jumping on a trampoline at somebody else's house. And then they called me. I was right there in the middle of an interview. And it takes me back to them. I was like, well, I'm at an interview. And they kept trying to be the ones to pressure me to get a job in the sense that how they wanted me to. And it was like, it's no coincidence. God had told me to sit still. So while I'm in an interview, that's when you called. She didn't know I was in an interview. That's when you called me and tell me, oh, he gotta go to the hospital and something, whatever. I was like, well, I'm in an interview, and she was like, oh, we'll sit over there with him until, like, so basically, if I wasn't in no interview, make sure I'm over there, which I mean it's fine, but when I was there, when I say I'm at an interview, oh, we'll take him, we'll sit over there until you get. So, and it is a laughing matter to me, because it's like people priorities are just strange to me, and people, it's weird. And I, even though they were the ones that were saying it to me, I don't feel like it's their fault. It's the pressure that been put on them. I have to, it's hard to look back that far, go back 50, 60, 100 years or whatever, but the pressure been put on them, and that's why now I know without a doubt, Lord, these things have been going on for a decade, half a century, a century. Some of that stuff is showing up in today because of the pressures that have been put on 100 years ago, 50 years ago, 25 years ago, so that's what I say. I don't fault them, but I do hold them accountable, and that way maybe they can learn to hold whoever's still living accountable. You send it back through the generations, and it's like the oldest living members, from as far as what they can remember, if their brain is still functioning properly, you're gonna feel that pressure, because you're gonna put that responsibility on the one that way, because you was living in that time. I wasn't living, I wasn't born, or either I was a child and I didn't know what was going on. Some of the details for your timing, so you're gonna, what I'm saying, I hope that the pressure is on you to ask God to undo those things, and even in detail, and be specific about it, what I'm saying. So that's my take on it. That's where I stand, because I can't, what I look like trying to uproot, or I can ask God to deal with those things, because God is all knowing. But like, to be specific about it, I don't know what happened in the 70s and the 60s and stuff like that in detail. I barely know today's time because they still cover up stuff. But what I do know, I go ahead and ask God to address. And honestly, even that situation with that inmate, escaped inmate, I prayed. I said, let it be done according to God's will, because and evidently he got him like a little, what was it, three night, two 3 day 2 night break or whatever. Man, you just never know. I don't know, everybody come at him, oh, he did this, that, and the third, whatever. You never know what kind of break, not just him, but what kind of break anybody may need, or just whether mental break or whatever the case may be. But they definitely caught him, and to me, that was them being on code. They said it was like, well, I don't know if it was 300 to 500 law enforcement people out searching and on it regarding that. So, and just the tactical teams and all of that, you see them with their military gear on and all that stuff. I'm just like, wow. And so even with that, it just feels like people put too much energy and time in stuff that will, to me, seemingly in the long run, it's gonna still put certain type of pressure on people to still behave in criminal ways. They're going to be too scared or intimidated to accomplish stuff in a legit way, and it just leads to, it's bad for to me, it's bad for everybody. But of course, it feels like the ones that are in those uniforms and stuff are the superior ones, but that's not the truth. That's not the truth. I don't know the percentage, but it could be half, could be more, or they really inferior. But so of course, like, it kind of like the political system says, the power is in the hands of the people, but we put it in the hands of a few, like a handful or whatever. And then you kind of force your own self into these dealing with intimidation tactics and stuff like that. But like I say, definitely not going too deep off that, and especially because I feel like, because I'm sitting here relaxing, feel like I want to doze off. I'm not talking out the side of my neck, but I just don't want to say the wrong things. But I'm watching, I'm looking, I'm just observing. I'm just like, even the way I responded to that person the other day that passed by, like, y'all don't run nothing. This is somebody that's older generations, and I'm sitting here thinking that, y'all doing what y'all supposed to do, and feeling like, oh yeah, they don't do no wrong. God knows otherwise. He knows your thoughts. He knows what's going on, and He knows whether or not you have submitted to Him regarding decisions that you made in your life, and the decisions that you might make regarding others that affect or impact them. So, and He has shown me things. So how I respond to you is pretty much more than likely what you already dished out to me, even if I didn't see it, but I can pick it up. And I definitely don't play that. Like, I have been naive to certain stuff, but you only got one, possibly two, but it's rare that you're gonna get a second chance to come at me, or even for me to be in a situation where I'm gonna come at you in a certain type of way because you provoked me, and you especially try to provoke me in a subtle way, and then you think you're gonna build a whole team against me or whatever. Have a good day. I'm not gonna do that. Not even have a good day. Have the day you deserve. But yeah, don't y'all not pulling me into sugar honey iced tea. But literally, I thought people were being nice when I first moved over here. Evidently somebody didn't sit me down and talk to me about it. I didn't think people had these motives and stuff like that. Honey, the nicest type of people, praying people, you be thinking they have those motives. And once God started showing me, I was like, ooh. So this is what's been going on. So now I definitely move accordingly. I don't be fooling with these folks over here. Y'all not gonna pull me into nothing, anything. So yeah. So with that said, me as a mother, I'd be trying to be graceful to my children and just extend and quickly give them the info. No need of my children lacking the information that I do have. No need of me withholding it. So yeah, but the way God moved in that situation, I thank God. God wanted me to know about it. Whether anybody else or nobody else wanted me to know about it, He wanted me to know about my child. And it could be that somebody else wanted me to know about it. Because again, I don't know if my number's down as an emergency contact. And because especially the phone numbers that I operate off of now, I don't give nobody my numbers. So, I don't know. So maybe they had maybe they had my number from, maybe it was in the system or whatever. Now I have had this one phone number for probably about 10 years now. But yeah, God wanted me to know. And before I knew the next, from yesterday, the day before, He at least let me know something. But evidently the day that she got into the accident or whatever, that was the day before. So he gave me the vision and showed me that going back to the vision, He showed me my daughter embracing me and hugging me around my waist and stuff. And I can't remember again if my hands was around her, but I just know how I felt. It felt so good. But it was when I woke up with that squeal, I was like, what the heck am I squealing for and crying for? But now I know, it was definitely a release. It was definitely, oof. It was just something that it was amazing, and at the same time, it was, it definitely got me in my feelings, of course. But yeah, but what He showed me in that vision is pretty much what I want to experience with my child, and I want to continue. Naturally, yes, I want to hug my child, but I know naturally we don't stay hugged up and stuff like that. But I want affection with my children, from my children to my children, forever. The whole time, I'm walking this earth. I don't want nobody else touching my kids if they do not have the love of God flowing through them. Like, don't put your hands on them, don't touch them, don't hug them, don't try to shake their hand, don't do any of that. Leave them alone. Now, if my children are old enough and they're equipped and they're empowered and they say, Mom, I really want to, hug this person, I want to show affection to this person, because God is moving on them to do that, then that's something, that's them. They have to make those decisions. But no, I don't want my kids shaking nobody's hand, speaking. And just as sure as I didn't stop my cutting grass the other day to stop and talk to, I'm not doing it. I don't care who gets offended. I can't worry about that. Oh well, I'd be concerned about it because I'm a person, because I have a heart. Like, dang, this person's gonna be, they gonna know I purpose to ignore them. Yep, I'm not engaging in no conversation with y'all because be too much going on. But and it again, it's still no coincidence to me. Right before I was to speak to my daughter, this person is speaking about only 2 of my children, and I'm thinking to myself, devil, you a lie. I got 3 children. So I don't know, you allowing the devil to operate. I'm not gonna call her because she's not she don't come off as a devilish person, but you letting the spirit of the enemy operate through you. Talking about 2 kids. I got 3 children, 2 boys and a girl, and I'm thankful. 2 sons and 1 daughter. Again, walking this earth living. I don't know what the gender of the child that I would have been. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like a boy, but I don't know. But either way, whatever the case may be, I love my children. I adore my children. I admire my children, and I am so grateful. No, they are not a curse to me. They are such blessings. No, they are not mistakes, even though I didn't necessarily plan them. They are not. They are important. They are highly significant to me. And I know to other people, but other people, y'all don't know how to treat my kids. Y'all don't know how to regard my children. Keep it moving. You gonna spew out your mouth something nasty regarding my children, regarding me, of course, but regarding my children, your tongue liable to get snatched out your mouth. So let alone anybody trying to make physical contact with my children. Like, that's by vehicle collision. That's by putting your hands on them physically. That's by, you know what I'm saying? Any of that. No. The devil be bound. Satan, the Lord rebuke you. But anywho, but yeah, with all that said, I still miss my daughter. I love my daughter. I still want to see my child. I still want to have that time with her. I want God's divine time for us. You know, if I can see it in a vision, then I trust God that I'll see it in real life. And although, the vision looked more spiritual because I know she's older than what she appeared in the dream. She's old to me. I think she's not. I know what her age is, but it's like in the dream she just looked like what she looked like years ago when this stuff for the separation and stuff first occurred. Not a separation, but her being physically located somewhere else. But yeah, bind and rebuke. Ain't no separation between me and my daughter. None of my children. It's no separation. God have us together, and I'm grateful. But yeah, she looked younger in there, or like that, just like what I remember her looking like. Because I literally haven't really laid eyes on my daughter, except for, and even when she did come over here in 2022, gosh, I wanted to say 2023, but because it feels like just yesterday. But when she came over here in 2022, when I seen her in school in 2021, and then she came over here in 2020, May of 2022. Yeah, she still looked like my little girl, like like a little girl. She almost looked like a little like a little preteen, but she's a whole teenager, But I don't know. I just say that's how God wants me to regard her. That's what I just say as far as my little girl. She's not grown. She's a young lady, but she's not grown. And that's just that. And I don't care whoever trying to put a certain pressure on her to be. She is a mature. I do know that all my children are mature, but don't put no pressure on my child to try to be this. To operate as a grown woman. That's why I'm like, no, y'all need to be held accountable for that. Even if this is the thing, even if they remember how I operated, because I operated similar to what my daughter was, what she last told me she was doing. I had a job while I was in school, getting off the bus, going straight to work, and still got to be responsible for doing schoolwork and homework and stuff like that. But I'm me. That's what happened. It already took place and it happened in my life. Don't try to, like I said, put that type of pressure on my daughter or make her feel like, or y'all try to shape her because y'all don't have that part of me. Y'all never had it, but you know what I'm saying. You definitely no longer get to interact with me like that. Don't do that with my child. She's her, I trust that God will allow her to be who He has her to be. So anybody trying to put some other pressure or do something otherwise regarding her, it's not gonna work. It doesn't work. It's gotta fail because that's not what she's supposed to. That's not the type of time she's supposed to be on. So I don't know if that removed her from a job site or anything. I don't know. I don't know how it affected and impacted. I don't know the fullness, the details. All I know is I'm just grateful that I'll be barely want to say she lived to speak about it or whatever, because when I feel like something shouldn't have happened anyway, that was not supposed to happen, then it really doesn't. It don't hold no type of weight, and it just doesn't exist. Like it's pretty much meant to be forgotten about. But of course, I definitely got the notes about it because I like to keep up with the dates and stuff and the receipts. But anyways, I intend on spending some time with my youngest son this week. We're gonna watch Saving Bikini Bottom with Sandy. He already watched it, but I'm gonna watch it with him on like tomorrow or Sunday. So yeah, and my older son, middle child, I'm gonna I don't know. Me and him sat and we watched all the Bad Boys movies recently, so I'll catch up with him soon as well. And we did sit and watch what did we watch? What's that movie called? Um, I don't even remember the name of the movie, but Lord, I can't even remember the name of the movie and barely remember the name of some of the characters in there, but it was like a horror comedy, and so we sat and watched that. That was about 2 weeks ago. We ate together, and of course I go in there and talk to him like at least once or twice a week, sitting there for about an hour or two talking to him or sharing the updates on the current events and stuff. So I'm good with my children. I'm really great with my kids, and I love it. But other people seem to think, oh no, your parenting style. Well, it's none of your business. Stop watching me. Stop watching my parenting style and mind yours. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I don't really care if you got something bad to say about my parenting. Yeah, I don't really want to hear it, but I don't even really care if you got something good to say about my parenting. Of course, it's nice to hear nice things, but I'm me. It's not gonna change either way. Only way I'm changing is when God convict me, and I know I even when that happens, I know I have to be empowered by Him to even change that. So whatever, because whatever. But other than that, I'm feeling good in this moment. I'm just trying not to stress myself out, and I'm trying not to let anything else and anybody else stress me out. So I'm taking it easy. I'm just trying to stay prayed up. Submit the concerns that I do have to God, which is I'm praying and trusting that my daughter have a wonderful weekend, a safe weekend. Don't get tripped up by the enemy. Stay prayed up. Be obedient. That's what I told her on the message that I sent her. Matter of fact, let me see. I'm gonna play it on here. I think. Let me see. Okay. If Susan's on her phone, it was just like a 2-minute little voice note. Yeah, it was like a 2-minute little voice note. And it was just, ooh, yeah, I should not have let this phone get this high. When they're saying a lot of young people are moving to Florida and Texas, okay, maybe they know something that we don't know yet. And hey, I love watching these young folks doing what they do. But let me see. Ooh. Anyway, I'm not gonna play it on here, but basically I was just telling her in a nutshell, be obedient. And me being your mom, yeah, I'm concerned. I don't want nothing happening to you, of course, prematurely, but I mean, again, as I said before, what parent wants anything happening to their kids? We don't want anything happening to us, but I don't want anything happening to my children. Like, I don't like a little scratch, a little bump or bruise on my kids, baby. So, I'm just thankful that God is still allowing me to parent even at, what feels like a distance. But like I said, God said it's no separation, so I'm not worried about it. Me and my children's relationships are intact, and I just want to be on my best behavior because I don't want anything to separate or come between or anything like that. I want to be able to parent, and honestly, I like being able to parent without having her so-called dad's input or being stressed out because I'm going back and forth with him about something. Yeah, just stuff like that or whatever, like I was. Dude I was last involved with, that's one thing that I will say about him. He wasn't really hounding me about anything regarding my kids, and if he felt or thought anything, he didn't say it much. Of course, he said some things, but he didn't bring up much. And honestly, he was like, yeah, you good. He told me, you good with my kids, but you ain't good with me. You know, and I don't know what all that entails. And right now, in these days, I'm definitely not worrying about. It's not a priority for me to be good with him. Need to be a priority for him to be good with the Lord. But hold on, I'm looking for my. I have some salad toppers that, like, it's got something in it that tastes so good to me. It's a maple bacon salad topper, and it's got cranberries, maple pecans, bacon flavored lentils, and pumpkin seeds. Man, when I tell you that little mixture is good, never thought I would like that. When I was younger, I definitely didn't think I would like that on salads. Honey, I got older and wisened up. But that's a nice little trail mix. Maybe if it had like some chocolate in it, knowing me. But I don't know. It's the pumpkin. It's the whole little mix. The pumpkin seeds and all of that stuff. Everything goes good together. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not hounded by him. Yes, when she was physically present in my household, I felt the need to reach out to him at times, even though I knew it was gonna be. I didn't always know that it was gonna be us going back and forth, but I expected and suspected that, oh, this is not gonna go like I think it's gonna go. And honey, it was hell being raised. Most every time I got on that phone with him, like I just can't stand him. I don't like him. It was beyond toxic. It was just dangerous. It was dangerous for us to interact and let him tell it. Oh, we're both Capricorns, so we bump heads, boy. That's not it. Just admit that you're trifling and you got bad motives, and you know what I'm saying. Your reason initially for linking up with me changed over time, you know, and yeah. But anyway, I'm not trying to make any conversation or any noise or any waves about him. Don't care. Other than that, I'm gonna continue to eat my little melon medley right here. I'm trying to eat the cantaloupes first because that's my least favorite, and work my way on up. But I don't know if I'm just lingering or what, because I don't really have much else to say on here.